time for What's Up and About.
And Mary has joined us.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes,
Mary.
Finally.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good morning.
I made it.
All right, so now I'm all for backing up my significant other with everything in my power. But how far would you go, really? Are you the kind of woman that would back up, you know, your guy and be the getaway driver if he tries to rob a bank?
Unfortunately, yes.
Bonnie and
You
Clyde.
are? Some Bonnie and Clyde? I don't know. A lot of people are on the fence about this particular story. This I found online, and it talks about a 36-year-old man who got married to his wife 7 years before.
Okay.
And together they have 2 boys. And what brought him to social media was the fact that he lost his job on false allegations of embezzled funds.
Okay.
So, false allegations, he's speaking now because the whole case is settled. But apparently his wife, who was still working at the time, didn't take his side. She believed that he took the money, and no matter how much he tried to convince her, she didn't believe him. In fact, you know, she was even adding salt and pepper, adding palm oil to the fire, you know. Now, he humbled himself, didn't say anything, but he went to the bedroom and cried. And apparently she even went into the bedroom and was like, you, this man, crying like a baby. You should be ashamed of yourself. And his heart was shattered. He took his things and went to go and stay with a friend, a single friend. And for a month, apparently she didn't call him. She didn't reach out to him. But within that same month, as God will have it, he won the case. And the real culprit was found, and he was even paid 37 million. But he decided not to tell his wife anything. Okay. Instead, he asked for a divorce. She didn't oppose the divorce at that time, and he's been processing the divorce. Fast forward, now the money has been paid a few weeks before, and he has found another woman who is helping him to spend the money. Now, his wife got wind of it, obviously, and is now refusing to give him a divorce, and is threatening up and down, saying he won't be able to see his kids, yada yada, that she wants half the money. So where do you stand on this? First of all, I started with the getaway driver analogy, like how much would you stand behind your man? But I don't know, there are many different angles to this.
I'm curious as to both your opinions.
Really?
I'm still trying to process mine. So since you guys have a heads up regarding this, I already know
How you
I'm
feel
thinking,
about
but I'm still trying to
So
put
does
it
she have
together.
a right to the money?
So with regards to the getaway driver
Yeah.
that you said, as like the
Yeah.
situation you started with, this is what I would say concerning that. So now, if you tell me as a husband, you
Yeah.
come and meet me as your wife and say, oh babe, see, I want to do this thing. And I tell you that, see, yeah, don't try it.
Okay.
This thing is wrong and against the law, and you insist and say, oh no, I'm going to do it, and then police is chasing you. It's me that will track you for them.
Are you
I'm
serious?
the one that will send your location to them. Every incriminating documents you
Wow.
have. As long as we had this conversation and I told you that, guy, I don't think this is a smart thing to do. I'm the I'll be
As
the
long
one.
as you were not on the
I will
same page.
plot your downfall. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I will.
Are you kidding me?
Is that the same
No,
for you?
no, seriously. Like as long as no, so, see. So no, there are situations that you are heading, and you know that okay, you know, in this situation, of course, like, you know, this was a situation where something happened. He was being blamed, right, wrongfully so, but she couldn't have known. But in this situation, I want to believe that you stand with your guy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And of course, through thick and thin and everything, and all of that. Do you understand? I mean, these things happen and everything and all that. But I think from her, the way she behaved, generally, she's badly behaved. I would say that. Insulting your man and all of that, and literally
Kicking a man that is down.
That is down, literally
Kicking
like tearing him apart and all of, not even knowing, like not even giving him the benefit of the doubt. So does that mean that is it that, number one, why would she say the things she said? Did he give her reason to believe that he will do such a thing? There's also that angle to it. Do you understand? And then,
So that's
so obviously there's a question to his
there
character.
precedent?
There must be
precedent to
something
that point.
else.
So maybe not must.
Yeah.
There may
There's-
be some things he has done in the past.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, at that material time, is just like the boy who cried wolf. When you keep doing certain things or exhibiting certain characters, and just like you said, you would not tolerate it from your man. and then the one he now happens to be innocent of.
Exactly.
You're
Maybe
like, you know what? Enough is enough. I've warned you about this. In fact, I don't even want to have anything to do with it. But the guy will probably not tell that story. It's the same way a woman will come on social media and share their own story and leave out certain details. So we don't have the full gist. It might be his first, truly, or he probably has a precedence that influenced her attitude and decision. Now, regarding the getaway, as I said earlier, see, the reason I said unfortunately is because I know quite well that it's terrible. But if my husband was to be in such a situation, wallahi talai, I'll be the one to hide him. You don't get like so the reason for this is simply because two things. Number one, because I know him well enough to know that he would not be involved in something like that. And two, the fact that I love him very much. Now, even if he happens to be involved in it, and he told me something like yours that you warned him not to do it. If I did something that I know that he wouldn't support, the reality is I know it would discipline me indoors, but outside he will stand. This is a man I know will stand by me. So I will do the same for him.
So the fact that driving him away, hiding him now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't love him. So it's my way of expressing that love. You will go to jail, I will come and visit you. It's also a way of expressing love.
It's true, actually.
You will go to jail, I will come and visit you.
But it's not something I know I won't be able to do to my man.
For everything, the whole 9 yards. I'm serious, but you will serve that punishment.
You'll be punished for it.
No, seriously, especially if it's something that I know that was avoidable, and we had a conversation about it, and like all indication shows that, see, guy,
this is your children's father.
It's like it's just like raising your kids. You allow them bear the consequences of their actions.
He's not your child. You can't say you want to discipline your child.
Not discipline.
Like discipline your husband like the way you discipline
That's why
your
you're not the law now. That's why you send him to the police station.
For me, I will help him get, even if he's going to end up with a 10-year jail term, I would ensure that I do everything to make sure that it doesn't pass 3 years.
For instance, let me see.
You don't wait now. I will do anything for this man.
For instance, right? He's actually accused of murder or rape. Now, you say, okay, because it's my husband.
I say, I know the person.
Forget leave down. I know my husband now. My husband is not going to rape anybody. Okay, I'm just saying, hypothetical situation.
But seriously, there's some things there has to be a place where you draw the line. If, for instance, there is irrefutable evidence of what you just said now, murder, rape. Like,
these are grievous crimes.
Like, no matter how much you love this person, are you really going to hide this?
You don't get these days. Evidences can be tampered with.
No doubt.
And there's also the fact that this is a man that you will know quite well. Okay, he has the potential to commit murder. He has the potential to rape. It's all about knowing the person you're with. Some women defend their husbands till they are proven guilty.
Of course.
I am one of those. Until there is that is proven beyond all reasonable doubt. But until then, I will stand and say, even if you now confess to me in private, that unfortunately you did this, my standing with you will not be a case of, oh, you are innocent. It will not be a case of, let's get the best form of justice.
So that's what I'm saying.
That one is different.
So my standing with you will be that, see, I know you're guilty of this thing. You face the consequences, but I'm here. Okay. We're going to go through this together.
So think about it. Okay,
while you go through the
there was something similar I saw online about this particular couple. They were dating for a long time, and then the guy finally proposed to her. And they were driving to a restaurant to celebrate. And then the guy says, oh, babe, because she was driving, oh, babe, stop. I need to get to the ATM. And then the guy comes down and robs the bank. And then he's robbed the bank. The alarms are blaring. And she sees him coming out.
And she drives off.
And so that's the question. What do? You see him coming towards the car with bags of money. Do you lock the car doors and speed off? Or do you open the car door, let him get in, and then speed off? There's a difference. And I think it really does depend on the amount of love you have for this person. Because in the end, once you do that, you're already an accessory.
So now, Mary, in that situation,
in
that situation, what would you do, Mary?
If they catch you both, both of you are
going down. You're very before. He did not tell you. He just enter bank. What would you do? So would you say, okay, enter the car, let's escape? You explain. Or you say,
you guys want to put me in trouble with the law. But the truth is, in that kind of situation, there are only two things involved. Number one is either I drive off or I stay and help him escape. Oh God, Nigerian police is going to come out.
I reject it for you. And there's one prayer
because I know I'm going to first get him out of there, and they say, what the heck is going on? The worst that will happen is we would go and drop, as in we'll have to return that cash.
You know how many
and
women,
then you go and confess.
You know how many women
will not
are in
confess.
American
You can say they threw the money into our account.
You know how many women are in American prisons
because
of accessories for this kind of nonsense?
It's Bonnie and Clyde now.
Well, there's one prayer I've heard.
That's why I said. That's why I started with unfortunately, yes. They say,
Akoba Adava Alomajari.
Somebody has to stay at home for the children. So
let's take a quick break. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know. We'll be back after this.